Well, it's a little cooler today. It's 63 degrees. Just after 8 a.m. Yeah, it's a little cooler today. But sunny and a little breezy. Well, I think I'll leave the lemongrass covered up for a little while longer. Let it warm up. It likes temperatures at least above 65. Yeah, it's a warm season grass, so it needs heat. Yeah. Anyway. It's a little windy today. But there's that tree. The kettle nibbled it down pretty much in the bottom. I still have to cut this branch off today. And I'll cut some off up there, let them drop, they can eat those. I'll leave the biggest part later. I'll clean it up a little bit at a time. I'm in no hurry to get that out of there. But I do have to clear this one out to get the driveway opened up so I can drive the car out, especially on Tuesday. When I go get the flat tire fixed in town. It's a nice cool north wind today. Northwest maybe. Anyway, I see one of the cows over there laying down. I'll go check them out. Make sure they're all here. Yeah. Looks like the grass is growing a little bit lower. Yeah. I'll clean that tree up a little bit at a time. Grasses and weeds are growing here too. There's a lot of weeds down in there. I had a hard time last year keeping these weeds under control in this area here where I feed and that area over there where I feed. But now the cattle here this year, they'll keep it nibbled down mostly. There's some weeds they won't eat, Jimson weeds and them sticker weeds. I'm waiting for the next rain to come and see what happens when that, since I got the ends concreted a little bit. I still got a patching to do there on the bottom, but I'll get to that sooner or later. I don't see a cloud in the sky today. Not one. Not a cloud. Oh, it's cold enough to need a jacket today. The wind's blowing from in the west. Right now, it's the west. But it feels like a north wind. Oh, it's chilly. Yeah. Good day to work on concrete. Yeah. Okay. I guess that's what I'm doing today then. Also about time to cut grass again in the front here. Yeah. I can wait. Ground's still pretty wet. I need to cut the grass along the fence by the pasture fence by the road too. That's probably too wet too. That's why them posts bent over the other day, the steep post. When something hit the wire. I was thinking about that. You know, it could have been the deer, but it could also have been a cattle got a horn, like the bull got his horns hooked into that and got shocked and pulled back right away and broke them off or pulled them off. That's a possibility too. Yeah, that wire's pretty high, but if they got their horn hooked in there and got shocked and pulled back, they could have broke those 3 insulators off. Anyway, doesn't matter, it's a fix now. Okay, I gotta go. Get back in the house. See how windy it is. understand the words. Yeah, it's a windy today. Cool wind too. That's why I'm leaving my lemongrass covered up. So it'd be like a greenhouse under the plastic. Yeah, it was warm for a couple of days there in the 80s. It's cool now. It's gonna be cool for the rest of this week, I think. Yeah, no, it's fine. Look at his hair. Hi, bird. Yeah. He's by the house, and the other three, or two anyway. I see one of them's even in the water, so I guess it ain't that cold. She's soaking in the water. I don't know where the third one is. I haven't seen her. I'm sure she's around someplace. I just don't know. Just don't know where. I don't see her any place. I'll go look for her. I want to make sure they're all here. I see her. I see her butt right there, right below that cedar tree. Yeah, I see a butt. Yeah. Okay. I guess I know what to look for now. Whew. Wind is strong. Wind is strong. It's cold too. Yeah. Oh, it's cold. Better dress a little warmer today. I'm getting a late start to go out there to start that concrete work, but I'm headed out now. It's about 11:30. Still windy though, and a few more clouds popped up. Yeah, thin clouds. But I think I can still get that work done today. It's only 6 bags of cement. The spare tire still that I put on yesterday, still looking good. Looks like the cattle are all lounging around next to the creek down there, close to the bridge. Yeah, they must have full bellies then of that tall grass. Well, I'm back to the bridge. Truck tire's still good. I started the work there, digging that out yesterday. I think that's where I want to start with my concrete. Fill that in first. I also need to dig something out here to put that small section of the hog panel in there. Yeah, I'll fit it in there. Okay, let me get started. Well, to start with, take the wheelbarrow off, set it up right here. I got plenty of water for mixing concrete. And I'm going to do one bag at a time just to see how it's going to work. And then I'm going to pour the first bag in here. Let's see how this is going to work out. That's a start. The cattle are out eating again, except for Bully. Bully, staying cool. Yeah, the sun's a little warm today. The wind's cool, but I'm pretty much in the calm air here. Trees trees are slowing the wind down. I get a nice breeze though anyway. Feels good. Warmer than yesterday, and warmer than the day before that too. Or no, cooler. Cooler today. Cooler today than yesterday or the day before, when it was in the 80s. Today it's probably in the low 70s right now. Look at that snake. Must be a water moccasin. Came out of my culvert, a creek crossing. A creek culvert. There he goes. That's a small one. Yeah. Anyway, I gotta get a bucket of water or to wash out the wheelbarrow. It's kind of dirty. Let's see if I can show you this. It's not easy. That didn't work. Well, I didn't throw the bucket in right, but at least I got some water. I got a little water. Oh, it's filling up now. Okay. Okay, I got it now. Just have to pull it up now. I need 2 hands for that. Okay, ready for the first bag. Let's go. Only got 6 bags to use today. Let's see how far I can make it stretch. Okay, let's add some water, stir that up. Oh, I think I added too much water. Yeah, I added water twice. Second time was too much. First time wasn't enough, but I'll still use it. It's okay with me. Yeah, just to fill in the hole. I'm thinking that 1 bag probably not enough to fill up that hole. Might need 2 bags for that hole. And after I get it poured, I'm gonna put an old fence post down the middle just to strengthen it a little bit. Well, it might be close. At least I'll get this end filled up. Yeah. Yeah, once I level that out, yeah, it'd be pretty close. 3/4 full anyway. We'll see. Well, looks like I'm going to need 2 bags. Yeah, let me press the iron in. Okay, ready for another bag. Well, bag number 2 coming up. That's the easiest way for me to do it. Okay, let's go. Hope I go easy on the water this time. It's a little bit too dry yet. I got to get some more water out of this creek. Cattle are out eating somewhere. But I got a bucket of water ready to pull up. This time I'm just going to put the water in 1 cup at a time, so I don't get too much. I added 3 cups, and then I mixed it up. It was pretty good, but I thought I needed just a little bit more water, so I added 2 more cups, and it made it too soupy again. So the last 2 cups is what did it. I should have just left it with the 3 cups, maybe 4. But that 5th cup, I really made it too wet. But I'll still use it. Oh, that's where I'm going to put another metal. But I'm going to put it in last. I'm going to take it out right now. Add the cement, and then I'll put it back on top, sink it in. Well, that'll fill that up. And I'll have 4 bags left, and I don't think 4 bags is going to cover that much ground there. So I'll have to see what I'm going to do there. We'll see. Well, even if it was too wet, I think the excess water is just draining down into the ground anyway, so it's okay. Okay, I'll set the iron in there. Let's push it in and cover it up. Well, that's better than it was. Took 2 bags to fill that. Yeah. So what am I doing next? Somehow I gotta put that thing in there. Yeah. See what I can do. Somehow. I don't think 4 bags is going to cover it though. Just by looking at it, I don't think so. I measured it. Just the iron itself. I'm not even talking about any overlap. It's 4 foot that way and 3 foot this way. 36 by 48. Okay. And if I look at my bag, it's 18 this way, 12 this way. And if I use only, you know, I'm just using this as an example. If I use half the bag, if I cut this bag in half, if I could, and flip it that way, yeah, the 4 bags would fit. But I didn't check the depth. So I'd say that's probably around 4 inches there, maybe. That means the concrete's only going to be 2 inches thick. But it might work. Yeah. Yeah. But on this batch, I would have to dig down a little bit. Because this here doesn't look like it's very thick either, unless I got that dug down. Yeah. I don't know if I think I got iron in here too, but I'm not sure. I would think I did. Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. I do have to, I got to dig it out on this side a little bit, and dig it out. I can't dig much here because that's concrete, so, but I can dig it out on that corner, and then I'll bend that iron down a little bit. I'll bend the iron down on both ends. This ends, I'll bend them a little bit, and maybe bend the sides if I can. I don't really have nothing to bend it with, but I'll try. Well, let's see what I can do. I only got 4 bags to work with, so I'm trying to finish this job with just these 4. It might be a while before I buy some more for the other half of this job. Look, Bully's got an itch. He's tearing up. He knows how to use that horn. Yeah, he's gonna scratch something. There he goes. Yeah, got her coming back down to cool off. That's it. Oh, he got some dirt on his back that time. Maybe that was his goal. Yeah, he's got that dirt on his back now. Yeah. Yeah. Horns were useful, not just for protection, but also for covering his back with dirt. Okay, I gotta do some digging now. Well, they're on that side of the creek. They're way down there on that end, but it's enclosed, except for the creek itself. If they felt like it, they could walk out the other end of the creek. Hopefully they won't. Just in case I don't have enough cement. What I'm going to do first is cement this part in here on this end first. That's the first thing I want to do. And then, after that sets up a little while, it becomes a little bit firm. Yeah, I tried bending the ends, but I think it just made it worse. I bent the ends so the iron would be up. Yeah, but now it's up too much. But anyway, I'm going to cement the ends in, at least to the first rung, first wire that goes out across. I'm going to do the same thing on the other, then I'm going to do the same thing on the back side. Once those are set and pretty solid, then I'm going to at least put a cement in the middle for my truck tire to drive on, and if I don't have enough for that and that, that's okay. I'll fill that in later. Yeah, but the main thing is hold the ends down, these ends and that ends. Yeah, and then do the middle, because that's where I'm going to be driving. Let's see how far I can get with 4 bags of cement. Well, this is my 3rd bag. I'm still only going to do 1 bag at a time. Now I'll just add water. Well, I got it ready to pour. I was hoping that water would be drained out, but now it's still wet in that hole. Huh. Why isn't it soaking in? I hope that when I pour it, it'll push the water out of the way. Didn't go very far, did it? Well, that's 1 bag. I gotta let that firm up a little bit before I'm gonna have to weight that end down there when I pour that. Otherwise, might lift this one up. If I had a board, I got a board. Maybe I'll do that and put a weight on top of it. Yeah, I can smooth it out later. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get a board. Okay, that's weighted down. It's still pretty wet. So I'm going to mix another batch. There. I got 3 bags left. If I put a bag there, and the other 2 bags will have to go in the middle for my track, for my tire to run on. At least that's my plan anyway for now. I'll fill in the sides next time I buy cement. So I got to buy a lot more to go there. And I got to figure out how much I'm going to need and how far I'm going to go. Yeah, I got a big hole there to cover up, but I don't really need to drive there, but yeah. My main objective is here, because when I make my turn, I don't usually go over that far anyway. So if I have to leave that hole, it's okay. But I will fill in that section there with concrete. I'll put them rocks somewhere else. Okay, let's get another batch made. I made this batch a little firmer, stiffer, whatever you want to call it. I didn't want it to spread out as much as it did on the other one. I also put a weight on that one to hold that down. I'm holding that down and I'm holding this down so it stays down until those ends firm up. Okay, let's get that out of there. Well, I wish I would have made that batch like this batch. This is a lot better. Yeah, it's stiffer. Yeah, I always get carried away with the water. Yeah, well, I'll probably add some more to the top of that. I'll make the center one, I'll try to make the center one dry too. I probably need, I got 2 bags left, so I'll put 1 bag here and the other bag partially on there and partially here, so I'll add some more to that top there. But I gotta spread this out first on this side. I'm gonna move that wood over to this side. Keep the weight on that side. Because I'm gonna be pouring this in the middle there. On this end, I'm gonna be adding this one to the middle. Right down the center. A couple of buzzards just flew over and the shadows hit me. Yeah, I didn't quite catch it on the video though. Oh, there's one. Yeah. Shadows are around here. Okay, I gotta get back to work before this starts to set up. Yeah. This will work temporarily until I get some more cement. I've got another load to dump in the middle and I'll probably spread it out a little bit. Yeah. I'll get these edges next time I get cement. See if this will work. Last bag of Quick Creek today. Yeah, until I get some more. I have to estimate how much I need though to. Okay, let's mix the last bag. Last bag ready to pour. This stuff was pretty stiff because it stayed up in there, right in that area for about 5 or 10 seconds. Enough time for me to walk around here. At least 5 seconds anyway. Then it finally fell out. Okay, let's get it out the rest of the way. Cattle are cooling off again in the creek, even though the wind's nice and cool. But I guess it helps the flies on their legs. Look at the bull's back. He's got flies, and I keep forgetting to recharge the oiler or back rubber. Yeah, I gotta get some vegetable oil sometime. I got the fly spray I can mix with it. I just haven't put it on there yet. Just getting lazy. Well, it's a little cooler for flies today. Yeah, the flies are clinging to the cattle today for the warmth. Oh, here's the last bag. I gotta spread out. Yeah, it'll probably come all the way out to this board here. Yeah, and then that's already set. Should be enough to. I said I'll do these edges some other time when I get some more cement or bagged concrete. Who's coming? Oh, mail carrier again. Yeah, mail carrier. Yeah. She goes down, drops some mail off with the neighbor up there, top of the hill, and then comes back. Trees are shedding something. Must be leaves. Oh, that's all I can do today. At least I got a way to drive across. When that's a little drier, I'm going to rake that rock up against there. So I have some rock there. I might spread some of that rock that way too. At least I'll be able to drive across it. Yeah. I think that's as far as up as I need to go there. And I think that's where I'm going to end over that way too. Except I'm going to put some concrete in that area where the rocks is. I think I'll move that rock either that way or over to here. Probably over to here and up there and there. Yeah, there's only a bucket full, so I can always get some more rock from the top of the road. Anyway, let that cure for a day or so before I drive on. I don't really need to drive on it. I don't need to go across. If I need to go across, check the fence, I'll use the ATV. And I can go on this side with that. I don't need to drive on it. Okay, well this job's done. I think I'm going to pick up my boards. I think there's enough weight on there now to hold that down. Well, before I leave, I'm going to rake that rock up against there. Yeah. Just on this side. Because I still got concrete to pour over there and over there. This is going to stay the way it is. I'm ready to pack up and go home. Well, I'm ready to head home. I'm done out here as much as I can do with the 6 bags of cement that I had. And I can't go to buy more cement until I get that new tire on the front passenger side. Because I'm not driving to town with a spare tire with the spare tire on the front. And no spare tire in the back or underneath. So I'll just wait till I get the new tire. And then I'll see about getting some more cement. Since I'm here, let me figure out how many more sacks I might need. Well, I used 6 bags here. 2 up there, 1 there, 1 here, and 2 in the middle. So I probably needed 8. I think 8. If I had 2 more sacks, I could have finished that job. Okay, and but that was pretty level. Yeah, that was pretty level, so that was easier to figure. Yeah, 2 more sacks, it'll finish that one. And I put the rocks up against it so it'll have a nice even drive off of it. I still need to do this side. I laid that hog pedal back down, but I'm not going to leave it there. I'm going to lean it back up out of the way, even though I bent over that sharp metal there that I poked my tire with when it was laying down before. Anyway, just like the other one, that's 36 inches, and a bag of cement is 18. So depending on how thick I make it, here I might have to move some of these rocks here, and I'll throw them into that hole. That hole's pretty deep, so I'll take all these rocks from the edge, and I'll throw them over, and I want to try to get some rocks on that edge too. I'm going to leave these here because I use that to hold my gate up. But get these rocks against the concrete because I want that hog panel down lower. Yeah, I want the concrete to be. And anyway, I need some. Yeah, at least 2 or 3 inches above it. So I'll just say 2 bags. I'm just going to buy a bag. I'm going to count how many bags I need. If I'm just going to use the whole bag there, there, all the way down. And I'll even figure out that side, that end. I might even go all the way, since otherwise I got to cut it. And that'll help block the water from going across to when it floods. Somebody's going by. Anyway, well, I didn't measure it, but I think this hog panel is 16 foot. And the bags, if I put 2 bags side by side, and 16, and each bag is 2 bags across for there, and they're a foot wide on this side, this way. So 16 times 2, that can't be right. That many? There's that shadow, and there's the buzzard up there. It's always spooky when that shadow goes across. There goes another one. Or maybe that's the same one. Yeah, he's circling me. What are you doing up there, Mr. Buzzard? There's 2 of them. What do you want? I'm not dead. Okay. Anyway, what was I doing here? 32. That's a lot. I don't even think I can haul that in one load. Yeah. What I'll do is I'll do that end first. I think I can haul 16. I hauled 12 last time. Yeah. So I think I can haul 16. If I get 16, and then I'll see how far those go. I'll do that end up there where the concrete come this way, and then I'll see what I need to do down here. If I need another 16, I guess I can get some more later. But the main thing is get that, because that's where I wouldn't drive here as much as I would over there when I make my turn to go in. Yeah. But I'll still finish it eventually. But if I can go halfway, that's pretty good. We'll see how far it goes, and then I'll adjust my bag number on the other trip. Hey, there's Bull. He's rubbing in the sand again. And the cattle are over here. I guess they're ready for another soaking. They're coming back. Anyway, next time I get concrete, these cement bags, quick I'll get 16 bags. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get it. See if they can haul it with load it with a pallet. That's a lot of work for me. Yeah, that's a lot of work. 12 was enough for me. Okay. All right, I'm done here. At least for today. I think I heard the neighbor's dog crying. Well, I better pick this up. I don't want to get another flat. Cattle sure know how to enjoy themselves. Yeah. Well, I'm ready to go home, and I haven't used my air con in the house yet, and it's too cool for now. When it gets around 90, that's when I'll start using it. Yeah, because the house stays under 80, even when it's just the humidity goes up. But I use fans for that now. But when it gets up to 90, it just gets to be too sticky in the house. Okay, well, I'm ready to head home. One last look at my work. I got a little strip in the middle done, and I got that partially done. Still need 2 more bags there. Oh yeah, I have to count. I have to include that in my count when I get cement again. Yeah. Maybe I can hold 20 bags. Yeah. I'll see if they'll load it with a pallet for me. Yeah, I can do that. Hope that's not too heavy for the truck. Well, they're headed out again, looks like. Oh no, not quite. Look, some of the calves, the younger ones are. But I guess the cow's going out too. They eat a little bit, and they come here to cool off, then they eat some more, cool off. Yeah. That's their life. Comes that truck again. Here it comes. Okay. I'm headed home. There they are, eating that tall grass again. Yeah, they eat a little bit, then they go back and cool off. Yeah. Yeah, this should last a while. Don't know how long, but eventually they'll have it nibbled down to nothing, just like the other side. But while they're eating in here, good thing about when they're eating in here, the other side is growing up over there. It's getting bigger. I may have to mow that side because of the. I need to mow everything later this summer. Trying to control the ironweeds. Yeah, that's what's I can't keep control of. They get too big, out of control, and I just get tired. I don't want to do it, especially when it gets hot. Riding on that tractor is hot. Anyway, but the grass looks good here for now. Let them enjoy it while they can. Okay, let's go home. Well, still have some more concrete work to do on that side, on the far side of the bridge, and on the left side, north side. Scratch on my truck. But at least I got a start on it today. Yeah. Yeah, you know, I won't be able to do it all in one go. 16. I'm going to get 20 bags next time. See how far that goes. And depending on how far it goes, I'll try to get that done this year sometime in stages. Because I'm already spending too much money, especially with this tire repair. Boy, everything adds up. Okay, and it won't be long. Ground's drying out now. Yeah, I'm gonna be mowing this outside here with the lawnmower. I did it last year. I just have to make sure there's nothing in there to break the lawnmower. Yeah, I can drive in there. Yeah, I did it last year. Yeah, when I think it's dry enough, even though I sprayed the fence, I still want to mow at least one path along this fence here. On the inside, this side too. On the inside. And the outside. Yeah, at least 2. Yeah, on the inside here, all the way down. And the outside as well. At least 1 path, it's not 2. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll mow it down and I'll mow it again on the way back. Anyway, that's for another day. Look at buzzards, they're flying high today. Enjoying this wind, cool air. I guess they call this a high pressure system. Yeah, that's where that cool air came from. Okay, I'm ready to head back to the house. I sure like seeing this tall grass. Yeah, it's heading out. And whatever this looks like, I'm sure my hayfield looks about the same, and I'll take a look at that tomorrow, I guess. I try to wait till a Sunday to do that. There's less traffic on the road. Usually, not always. Yeah. Okay. Let them enjoy this grass while they can. Yeah, I tried to mow this. I didn't even get to the post and I got stuck. This is a long time ago. Yeah, I gave up. The ground was too wet and too much rain. But now that the ground's drying, I can see the ground's drying out now. That's why I let them in here. I kept them out of here even longer than I planned. It was 6 weeks. I was just going to make it a month, but it was so wet, spongy out there. I waited, and I'm glad I waited. Now the ground's firmer. But I still need to mow this with the lawnmower. One pass, and maybe another cut on the way back. Yeah, and I only need one down there, but if I'm going to go down one, I might as well make it two. And I'll try to blow the grass that way so they can still eat it after it's mowed. Okay, but I won't do that today. Some other time. Yeah, I surely don't want to get stuck there with the lawnmower again. And there's no hurry. It's not that big yet. Well, yesterday when it was in the 80s, the carpenter bees were going crazy over here. But today, with the temperature around 70 and that cool wind, I don't hear anything buzzing. I don't know if the spray I sprayed a while back is doing any good, or it's just the cool temperatures keeping them away. Yeah, I don't see nothing. I don't hear nothing. I don't see nothing. I'm going to go out to the barn and see what's going on out there. Yeah, I haven't checked that since I sprayed anyway. It's been about a week since I did that. Before I go to the barn and check for carpenter bees, after I sprayed a while back, I want to do something down here on this double culvert that I cemented. I think that was last week too. Or beginning of this week. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that rubber out. Yeah, I think I'll take that concrete out too. Yeah, I don't have a tool to take the board out, but if I can, I'll take that board out. Just to see what's going on down there. Looks like the cattle are going back up. They were down here eating. Now they're going back up around to the barn. But I'm down here. I took that rubber out, the old inner tube. Yeah. And now I'm going to try to take this board out, but I don't think I can get it. I need a crowbar or something else to take that out. And look at that big earthworm that was under the rubber. Yeah, I'll just leave that board in there for now because I can't get it out. It's too deep. I drove it in there with a sledgehammer, and then the concrete came and put pressure on it. Yeah. But I think it'll do the job I intended. It'll force the water up and over the culvert instead of going underneath. I just propped that thing up there for now. That came off this area here. I knew that was going to break off because I had plywood behind it. But should work. Yeah, I'll leave the inner tube out here too in case I need to. Because once I take that board off, I might want to patch that, or I might not. I don't know yet. That rubber can stay out here for a while. It ain't going anywhere. Okay. Well, that should help though. That should help direct the water into the culverts like I planned. instead of going underneath it. So the earthworm's crawling away. Yeah. It's going that way. Yeah. Good luck, worm. Grass is tall on the side of the road too. I'm not sure when, but about a week ago I sprayed herbicide on that hill and over here around this culvert, because I can't mow that. I can mow that tall grass there, but I couldn't get down close to the fence. Too steep. And while spraying, I sprayed these. I'm not sure what these are called, but I think they're called hemlock. And there's some, a few years ago, a couple of years ago anyway, these what we call elderberries were big and they had plenty of fruit on them, and I harvested them. But then that fall the road crew came and mowed them all down. They're starting to come back again. I hope I don't touch them. I don't think these will have any fruit on them because they're too young. Yeah, but maybe next year if they don't mow them. But anyway, yeah, I sprayed that around that culvert there, and I just don't like them. I don't know if they're poisonous to cattle. I don't even know if they're called hemlock, but that's what I call them. Anyway, I can see the effects of my spray on the hill, so it's working. Weed killer works good on places I can't mow. Yeah. Okay, let's look at the other side of the driveway. I'll come back later and touch up the areas that didn't die right away, like the trees. That tree, I need to either cut them off or spray them harder. But the weed killer is mostly designed for broadleaf weeds and grasses. Trees probably takes a stronger weed killer. Anyway, at least it won't grow up now as big as it would have without the spray. Sprayed this side too. I tried not to spray too much on the honeysuckle, but I still sprayed it. But that's a little bit more hardy than the other weeds. Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to have the whole side in honeysuckle, that way it'll drown out everything else, smother everything else, but it's hard to get that to grow without the other weeds. There's some honeysuckle growing in there, but it's also some weeds too. There's some more honeysuckle. There's a honeysuckle. That's the one that's even got blooms on it. That's what I like, honeysuckle. The blooms smell good. And there's a few more patches through here. I tried to avoid them, but I sprayed what I could. That cow's nice and cool. I think the other one's underneath there. There's another one under the tree. I can just see it. Yeah, I can see it moving its horn. Yeah, there's two cows in the water. Could be a third. I just can't see that good under there. I don't know if the third one's under there. No, the third one's over there by the barn. And the white bull, I never see him soak because he's got that Italian blood in him. So he's more heat resistant. Yeah, they're there. Okay, and this is the area I sprayed too, because I can't mow this hill. It's too steep. From this side, this way, I can mow most of this, but I still sprayed up against the fence. But I'll still mow it when it gets dry enough. Yeah, yeah. There's the other part. I sprayed that hillside too. Yeah. Hello, house. Yeah. I can only mow on the top. I can't mow down there because it's too steep. And those posts are actually in the water. I need to straighten them up and drive them in a little more before they fall in. I sprayed a little bit here, but not too much. Nothing grows here very much. I used to park my trailer deck in there. I got some concrete pads for the tires, and I tried to park my trailer in there, but there's a couple cedars grew up there, and I need to cut them out if I want to park that big trailer. But I got a spot for the big trailer, and I don't park I keep the cattle trailer up by the house now, so I don't even use this anymore. But that's where I used to park it. Cattle trailer anyway. Yeah, you can see where I sprayed here around that tree, and along the fence you can see a little discoloration. The dark green, I'm gonna mow that eventually when it gets dry enough. Okay, let's go check the barn. I never noticed it that much before, but this willow tree's dead, and so is that big one. Yeah, I know that there were some fell into the water, but I didn't think they were dead. But they're dead. There's a horse fly. There's a deer fly on my finger. Oh, there's two Highlanders in the water. And Bully's laying up here in the shade. Good for him. Yeah, see that tree that fell over? There's one branch that's still alive, going out that way. Yeah. Clean it, but it goes back. Those have berries on it. But this one tree here, never ever had berries on it. But it's still a mulberry. Yeah, it must be a male or something. It never had berries. There's the other old cow over there. Oh, Bully, little Bully, you're getting bigger. Yeah, hope you're going to be able to breed these three this year. I want to see calves next year. And you too, I want to see a calf from you. Yeah, but I don't think she will. Mama cow, she's had calves before. Not for a while though. In the past, this cow here used to wallow over there underneath, right against the bank there. She'd come in over there somewhere. I kept marking and putting the bank down, dragging it down. And I didn't want the dam to get eroded, so but when they fixed that culvert there for the pond overflow, I put a fence across there so they can't grow there anymore unless they go down in the water and walk along. If they do walk along there again and try to go up the dam, I'll put a fence along the edge of the inside of the dam by the water. Yeah, so they can't do that. That's where she used to hang out, way over there. But not now. Yeah, I gotta cut that limb off too. The one on the bottom here on this side, and the one on top that still has leaves and berries on it. They cleaned up the bottom pretty good though. That was just since yesterday. There's a mockingbird just flew down. They're eating the berries too, I think. Anyway, there's the garden I haven't done nothing with yet. And there's the pear tree and the pond. And look, there's the other pear tree. I trimmed both of them last year. Past winter. I cut them about halfway off. There's a mockingbird in that tree. Now it's over here. So there must be a nest in there. Yeah, maybe there's a nest in there. Anyway, I cut that one off about halfway too, so it'll be easier to pick the pears. And there's another mulberry. It's got seeds on it, so I'll have to keep an eye on that. That's kind of why I fenced it off here. Keep the cattle from killing it. Just wanted to come out to the barn and check for carpenter bees, but all I've been doing is looking at the cattle. Yeah, doing the water, and the Bully's over there in the shade. It's still pretty wet through here. Yeah, I'm not going to bother this year. I do want to get that pile up there where the grass is growing. There was an old pile of old manure there. Yeah, that's what I want to get out. But all this stuff here, after I get that, well, before I get that out, I probably got to move this. So I'll probably take this and throw it over here, pile it up over here so it'll rot. And maybe this fall, this will be rotten enough to use in the garden or anywhere else I want to use it. Right now it's too rich. Anyway, I came out here for carpenter bees, and I don't see or hear any. I see a bug flying around, but don't know what it was. I don't hear or see any right now. I sure hear that electric fence charger. It's a beeping away, so that means it's working. Oh, I do see one. I see a carpenter bee flying around outside here. And nothing like it was before. So that could be because it's cooler today. Not sure. There's that fence I put up across there. That's why they can't go out there anymore on the pond dam. But if they do decide to go down through there into the water and then go back up, or just wherever, I'll put a fence along there next to the water's edge. I don't want them on the pond dam anymore. Air feels good, nice and cool. I could use a drink of water. Hello, cows and bully. Inside the barn I do hear a few. I hear some buzzing going around. Yeah, there's one up there. So there's still, I can't spray that high up, so I don't know where. I hear them, but I don't really see them. I sprayed all this air from these rafters up there that I can get from the outside there. And then I sprayed these rafters up here, from here up there. And I sprayed all the walls, the wood on the walls. But I hear them, but I don't see any. I hear them over here somewhere. Yeah, there's not as many. I think the cool weather is keeping them under control. Yeah, I don't think they like it when it's too cool. They come out when it's 80 degrees though, that's for sure. I usually see a whole lot on this side, right in through here. And I see one up there. There's one buzzing around. But there's only a few. I don't see any of them through here. And I always see a lot of them in this area. Maybe my spray worked. Maybe I killed some. Who knows? Anyway, next time I spray, I'm just going to use straight permethrin and mix with water. I'm not going to worry about that other stuff. The other stuff was just for like a smell deterrent. You know, orange oil, lemongrass, peppermint. That's just a deterrent. They're not supposed to like that smell, but the permethrin is what kills them. So that's what I'm going to start using. Keep using. I hear a bee. I think I just hear that one. There's only one flying around up there. Look at, oh, there's a hole. Oh, didn't quite make it. Couldn't get in the hole. Oh, got in again. I'll have to remember where that hole is if she goes in one. Take a long time to find a hole, don't they? Anyway, if I decide to spray it again, yeah, I'll do it. But not today. That's my way out. I always wondered what causes these things. Little holes. It's like a bug was trying to drill something. I've seen them before. I never know what actually causes that, but it makes me curious. Ooh, look who's waiting for me outside the shed, outside the barn. Yeah. Like I said, the air's cool today. Look at the wind though. You can see the waves on the pond. It's pretty strong. Yeah. Pretty strong. But it's a good wind. I like this wind because it feels good. Yeah, sun's warm, but the wind's nice. Okay. I guess I did what I wanted to do today. Did that concrete work. You can see the taller tree, mulberry. You can see the red tint on it from the berries way up there. The birds like them. Yeah, birds love those mulberries. I like them too if I could reach them. Yeah, but I don't get too many this year. That tree, that limb fell off. It broke off. Oh well, I can pick a few on this bush here. I'm a little late taking the cover off the lemongrass, but at least it's a lot of humidity built up inside. So I'm gonna take it off. Now I'll put it again on. I'll put it on again before it gets dark, because it's supposed to get cooler tonight. I think it likes it in a little greenhouse. Yeah, it's got some new leaves popping up and they're all green. The old leaves are turned brown from when it got cold. Yeah, but I'll keep it covered at night to make sure it stays alive. It's the only one I got this year. I'm going to try to cut that limb off here and I'll drag it over that way, out of my way. And I'll try to cut them off too, but they're awful high. I may have to cut off. Yeah, we'll see. I'm going to cut that bottom branch off. I think I'll clear that with my car. I still got the big two branches there, but I can cut them. Yeah. Everything I cut here, I move it over there or out there so they can play with them out there. Yeah, they're still eating on them. Once I cut them down, I'll just leave them lay. They can eat them right there. I don't have to drag them anywhere. Oh, there they are again. I cut those top branches off. I'll clean the rest of it up. I'll clean that up some other time. As long as I can get the car in and out, that's all that matters. Oh, something biting my flies biting my leg. Yeah, I think that's what the cows have too. Flies that bite their leg. Oh, I hear that cat. Yeah. She needs a companion cat. Yeah. I'm hoping one of the neighbor cats will come here and decide to live here, because I need more cats. Make sure I don't want the mice to invade my house. So far, since 1983, since I built the house, I haven't had any mice in my house, and I want to keep it that way. Yeah, my wife always had lots of cats. Yeah, she took better care of them than I did. Yeah. Okay, I'm done for today then. Let them eat on those. Look at that, berries are red. Yeah. I'm a little concerned about the other part of that tree. That one broke off, but the other one could break off at any time too. Any time. And it's bigger. Hopefully it'll fall this way or that way and not on my carport. Yeah. Yeah, usually the wind's either from the north, south, or west, so I'm good. And it looks like if it wants to break, it's going to break just like this one did. There's a kind of a split there on that tree. But I ain't gonna worry about it till it happens. Okay, that's enough for now. Yeah, I sure love those. They like them when they're ripe too, and so do I. Looks like only berries I might get is the ones over there, and maybe a few here. If I can still reach them. If I have to, I'll get my ladder out. Actually, all I want when they get ripe, I just want a taste of them. I don't eat that. I don't want to eat that many. Yeah. And the rest are for the birds. Oh, that flies on my legs. Ouch. Now I know what the cows are going. See the flies on them? Yeah. They're irritating. Yeah. Okay. I cut a piece off for myself. Yeah. It's a potential cane. Ah! Gotcha! Fly! Get off my leg. Yeah. It's got a unique color. It's kind of a yellowish color. And just the right size for my cane. I don't know what I'm going to do with that hook. but that'll be my handle. I'll take all the bark off later after it dries. I could do it while it's green, but if I let it dry now, it won't crack as much. Let it dry with the bark on. Yeah. Yeah, I made lots. I like to make canes. I'm not using one right now, but I broke my leg in high school and had to use a cane. Okay, that's all for now. Just enjoy them. Enjoy it, girls. We may not get any more this year. It's 4:40 p.m. and they're still at it. Enjoy it, girls and boy. Temperature rose to 76 degrees, so it did warm up a little bit, but the breeze is still cool. It's only been about a half hour, and look at that, they cleaned up everything. There's still a little bit to eat yet, but they got most of it cleaned up. Yeah. Now they're just wandering around looking for something else to eat. Yeah, they got plenty to eat. Here and down there, everywhere. Front yard, backyard. Yeah. This is a good time of year for cattle. Grass is growing good.